Cbse Grade 6 Chapter 9 Desert Animals Solution Summary and Question Answers. Desert Animals Summary. Although deserts are the driest places on the earth, there are certain animals that survive in the desert. They use different methods to cope with harsh climate. Jabrils spend the hottest part of the day in cool underground burrows. Darkling beetles catch drops of moisture on their legs. Then they lift the legs in the air until the drops of water trickle down into their mouth. Camels get water from desert plants. Some snakes also live in desert. In the rocky deserts of America is found the frightening rattler, which can strike with a lightning speed. It avoids people if it possibly can, but when threatened, it coils ready to bite. Rattlers feed on a variety of prey, including mice. Snakes do not eat more than once a week. But some snakes, such as pythons, can survive for a year or more without eating. The other animal found in desert are mongooses that live to hunt together, that like to hunt together. They have to be very careful of dangerous predators. Their food is beetles and other small creatures. They warn each other with a small and special alarm call of they see anything suspicious. All the female mongooses have their kittens at about the same time. They are raised by a whole group in a den. Mongooses are famous snake killers. Their reactions are so fast that they can dodge each time the snake strikes. In the end, the snakes get tired. Then the mongoose quickly dives in for a kill. Another animal that lives in the desert is a camel. They are tamed by man long ago. Camels get the water they need from desert plants. They can survive without drinking water up to 10 months. A thirsty camel can drink as much as 30 gallons of water in just 10 minutes. 30 gallons is 500 tumblers of water. Camels are of two kinds, dromedary and Bactrian. Dromedary camel has one hump while Bactrian camel has two humps. These humps are full of fat which help them to survive for many days without food and water. Now, working with the text, page number 117. Talk to your partner and say whether the following statements are true or false. No animal can survive without water is true. Desert or endless sand dunes? No, it is false. Most snakes are harmless. True. Snakes cannot hear but they can feel vibration through the ground. True. Camels store water in their humps. False. Answer the following questions. How do desert animals survive without water? The desert animals find ways to survive for many days without water. Gerbils keep themselves cool in underground holes. The beetles catch drops of moisture on their legs. The camels get moisture from desert plants. Second question, how do mongooses kill snakes? Mongooses have very swift reactions. They get away fast when the snake tries to strike. They trouble the snake until it is tired. Then they attack and kill the snake. They themselves don't get any injury. Third question, how does the hump of the camels help them to survive when there is no water? The hump of the camel is meant for storing fat and not water. That fat meets the camel's need for water and nourishment. Now, read the words or phrases given in the boxes. With your partner, find their meanings in the dictionary. Now, harsh conditions, harmless, survive, intruder. threatened, predators prey continually. These are the words. Fill in the blanks in the following passage with the above words or phrases. First one is all animals in forest and deserts struggle to survive in harsh conditions. Though most of the animals are harmless, some are dangerous and threatened when threatened. If an intruder is noticed, they attack or bite to save themselves. They struggle continually for food and water. Some animals are called predators because they prey on another animals. Now, this exercise is based on the forms of adjectives, that is comparative, positive, comparative, and superlative degrees. Now, which animal is the tallest? When the word superlative degree comes after the tallest. Which animal runs the fastest? Which place on earth is the hottest? Okay, so for all these you have to write the answer also. Or the coldest. Which animal is the largest? Which is the tallest mountain in the world? Which is the rainiest place on the earth? Which is the oldest living animal? So now we'll see the answer. Which animal is the tallest? The giraffe is the tallest animal. Leopard runs the fastest. Aziza Libya is the hottest, and Verkhoyansk, that is Russia, is the coldest. The blue whale is the largest animal. Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. Meghalaya is the rainiest place on earth. The giant tortoise is the oldest living animal. Now look at these sentences. Most snakes are quite harmless, but a few are poisonous. Most snakes lay eggs, but the rattlesnake gave birth to its young ones. Now you have to write 5 sentences like this using most, and the clues are given below. Right, 90%, that means most, and 10% is few or less. Lots of most, some is few. Let us see. Most of the people are honest, but a few are dishonest. Most of the fruits have plenty of sugar, but some citrus fruits are low in sugar. Most of the soft drinks except this one have lots of empty calories. Most of the films are romances, only a few are on other topics. Most of the people agree that he is a good leader, just a few disagree. Now look at these sentences. Animals cannot survive for long without water. So, desert animals have to find different ways of coping. Now, the first sentence says that what cannot happen or be done. The second tells us what must, therefore, be done. What it is necessary to do. Or complete these sentences using cannot, have to, has to. So 3 options are there. Have to, has to, cannot. Have to will be used for plural form. Has to for singular form. Right? You dash reach the island by land or air. You have to. Or you cannot reach the island by land or air. You have to go by boat. We cannot see bacteria with our eyes. We have to look at them through a microscope. He cannot have a new bicycle now. He has to wait till next year. He is singular here. That's why he has to. Old people often cannot hear very well. They have to use a hearing aid. Road users cannot do what they wish. They have to follow the traffic rules. She cannot accept this decision. She has to question it. You cannot believe everything you hear. You have to use your own judgment. Now imagine, this is a writing part. Imagine you are journeying through a desert. Write a couple of paragraphs describing what you see and hear. A desert is not a place worth living. It is a nightmare to journey through the Thar Desert. From my personal experience, I know how hot the deserts are. I saw the endless expanse of sand and sand dunes. Only here and there I saw a few thorny bushes. There are very few birds. The camel is a common sight. There are only small villages around oases. Life is very hard there. Water is scarce, so is greenery. We hear the blowing of hot winds and the howling of sandstorms. We can hear the calling of mongooses and the howling of jackals. Now and then we can hear the tinkling of bells around the neck of camels. Now, short answer type questions. Deserts have a very thin population. Why? Deserts have very little water and vegetation. There is greenery only around the water springs or oases, so people don't prefer to live there. What are some of the notable features told about snakes in the lesson? There are more than 2,300 different kinds of snakes in the world. Some are up to 11 meters long. Not all are poisonous. Most snakes lay eggs, but many of them give birth to young ones. Third question. Where are rattlesnakes found? Rattlesnakes are very common on the American continent. They feed on mice and rats. Extra. What does the author tell about mongooses? Mongooses are very amusing animals to watch. They are a common sight in Africa. They eat beetles and other small creatures. They themselves are eaten by hawks, eagles, and large snakes. They are famous for killing snakes. What do you learn in this lesson about camels? Camels live mainly in the desert. They can drink up to 30 gallons of water in just 10 minutes. They get all the moisture they need from desert plants. Some camels have only one hump, others have two. Humps are full of fat, which is used as food. Now, long answer type questions. How do you define or describe a desert? Name some common desert animals. How do they survive? A desert is a very hot and dry place that goes without rain even for years. It is sandy and hardly any vegetation or villages. There is neither water nor greenery. Still, some animals are found there. For example, gerbils, beetles, snakes, mongooses, and camels. These animals survive the harsh condition in their own way. Some live in burrows. Camels have winter coats to keep warm and shorter, tidier coats to keep cool in summer. What information about snakes do you get in this lesson? Desert animals. There are more than 2,300 different kinds of snakes around the world. Some are harmless, others are very poisonous. Some lay eggs, while others give birth to young ones. The rattler lives in the day and rocky deserts of America. Large pythons can go without eating for a year or more. Mongooses are famous for their skill in killing snakes. A camel can drink up to 30 gallons of water in just 10 minutes. It eats plants. It hums store fast food. Right. What are some of the particular habits of mongooses and camel? Mongooses like to hunt together, but they are afraid of their enemies like hawks, eagles, and snakes. They warn other people and danger by their peculiar calling. They are famous for killing snakes. Camels were taken as pets long, long ago. They have long or short coats to keep them warm or cool. A camel can drink up to 30 gallons of water at a time. Its hump, single or double, store food that is used as food. They are adapted to desert life. Thank you, dear.